Guys know I hate beating a dead horse, but when it comes to the topic of Skip and Shannon's dynamic, when it comes to the topic of Shannon Sharpe, still to this day has not gotten and signed a multi-year contract with Fox Sports 1. His original contract ended in July, and they're still working on it. They're still trying to iron it out. And if you've been following me, if you've been subscribing to my channel, I explained to you guys the reasoning why Fox Sports 1 is unwilling to give Shannon Sharpe that type of money. Now, Shannon Sharpe said on numerous occasions he wants to be paid equal or more than what Skip Bayless is making and what Stephen A. Smith is making. Okay, we all know the big bucks go to morning television programming. So I'm going to give you guys an example on why why Fox Sports 1 is hesitant in giving Shannon Sharpe his money. I'm going to play a clip, and then we're going to continue with the rest of my commentary as well as this video.
The right way, they can be consistent. Sorry. All right. Yeah, Bayless Chappelle. Okay. Skip, I believe.
Okay, so to the average person or to the average bear, you're probably not going to figure out why I played that clip. But that is in a long line of evidence that I have given to you guys. If you've been following my channel, watching my videos, or subscribed to my channel, you would know why I played that clip. And that clip is just one part of why Fox Sports 1 is unwilling to give Shannon Sharpe the money or the contract that he wants. Now, Shannon Sharpe and his agent believe, and they said this on multiple interviews on social media, as well as a lot of podcast shows, that Shannon Sharpe believes that he should be making the same or more money than Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Now, he will settle for equal to what Fox Sports 1 signed Skip Bayless to, but he's not going to accept less. And there lies the problem with Fox Sports 1 and Shannon Sharpe and his agent trying to iron out and work out a contract fitting their needs. Now, I've said in numerous videos, I feel like Shannon Sharpe is, if he becomes a free agent, ESPN is going to scoop him up. And ESPN will scoop him up and pay him what he wants for two reasons. And for two reasons only. One, ESPN has been getting their back kicked in by Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 has been purging their talent for numerous years. And ESPN, particularly with the getting Troy Aikman away from Fox Sports, and now Troy Aikman is doing Monday Night Football, and now Monday Night Football is a successful IP. It's back in the good graces of sports fans across the world, and ESPN is laughing all the way to the bank because they stole Troy Aikman from Fox Sports. Now they would love to take Shannon Sharpe away from their platform and place him on their own platform. All right. So ESPN would love to get Shannon Sharpe. They are willing to give Shannon Sharpe. They're willing to give Shannon Sharpe stupid money. They would pay him the same as Stephen A. Smith. And I think Shannon Sharpe would be cool with that. He'll be the hottest. Analyst in sports media if he becomes a free agent, and that's why Fox Sports 1 hasn't gone to the point of, well, we tried to work this out, it just ain't a good fit for us. The numbers that you want, we are unwilling to give you those numbers. Now, I have given you guys several examples on why Fox Sports 1 is being hesitant on giving Shannon Sharpe stupid money. And another reason is Shannon Sharpe really doesn't prepare or behind the scenes on a show that he has to make successful. Shannon Sharpe has been on numerous shows that have already done the legwork as far as trying to, being successful. A lot of people seem to forget Shannon Sharpe was with CBS with CBS Sports, and on particularly an analyst on CBS Sports on Sunday mornings and Sunday afternoons. Now, Shannon Sharpe had an incident with CBS Sports and left CBS Sports not really on good terms with CBS Sports, and he has bounced around on several platforms. And Shannon Sharpe has really cleaned up his act and cleaned up his persona when he was selected to work alongside Skip Bayless. Now, Skip Bayless created the show Undisputed, and he knew from day one, particularly his last weeks at ESPN, that he wanted Shannon Sharpe as his co-host for Undisputed. So it wasn't like to the effect of, well, Shannon Sharpe was so popular, they just, like Wonder Twin powers activated, they just created a show on their own. Secondly, Shannon Sharpe even admitted to it, and I've said this in multiple videos, but I'm so glad it came out of Shannon Sharpe's own mouth, that he doesn't really prepare for the show. He basically just comes in. They may do a rough draft on the topics that they're going to talk about, but Shannon Sharpe is not at home in the lab creating topics for the show. Shannon Sharpe is not going to stay over and try to figure out how to make the show better. All right? Because Shannon Sharpe feels, and I would feel the same way, look, this is Skip Bayless's baby. It's not my baby. So, in a way, I kind of agree with Shannon Sharpe with that analogy. And thirdly, Shannon Sharpe, he really gravitates to social media, really heavy, and I can go to several examples. I've done this in many videos. Shannon Sharpe really believes whatever is spewed on social media is the gospel. When he got tricked on an account talking about Kevin Durant, and come to find out that the story wasn't even true, he didn't even Google it or anything. He went straight to Undisputed talking about this story, and to come to find out the story wasn't even true. And then that's when Shannon Sharpe and Kevin Durant got into it. And, I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharpe blocked him, and Kevin Durant definitely blocked him. But yeah, we can all agree that Kevin Durant is the most thin-skinned athlete. Yeah, that is true. But nevertheless, if you're talking about the topic and address the topic itself, Shannon Sharpe was wrong. He didn't even research the story or Google the story or get any information on the story. He just took and ran with it because it came from social media. He feels like that's the gospel. Okay. So Shannon Sharpe has had moments where he'll pull things from social media from his followers, and he'll take it to the show, and he doesn't even do research or even Google it to see if these stories are true. It's gotten him in a lot of huge trouble. Jay Williams, the incident with Jay Williams, when he said, the lazy comment, and that was Richard Jefferson, the lazy comment, and Richard Jefferson took to social media and just explained to Shannon Sharpe, no, I'm not lazy. I don't, I'm a professional. I don't do my job half-stepping or being lazy about it. And then Shannon Sharpe once again had to do a turnabout face, apologize on social media. I don't think Richard Jefferson is necessarily cool with, and I always want to say, I always thought it was Jay Williams, but it's Richard Jefferson. And, since then they haven't broke bread. They're not that cool. I think they're acquaintances. I think he'll, if they were in a room, they'll be cordial and respectful to one another. But the damage has already been done. But that is a long list of stories where Shannon Sharpe doesn't do no research. He doesn't Google anything. He just pulled his knowledge from social media. Now, except from that, Shannon Sharpe is a great analyst as far as football. He knows the ins and out about football. Okay, Shannon Sharpe forgot more football than about 90% of us. Okay, Shannon Sharpe played football on the highest level, has won championships. All right, Shannon Sharpe is like, and I don't know, this opinion may be different from the rest of you guys, but I consider Shannon Sharpe a top 5 when it comes to the best tight ends in all of NFL history. All right. Unfortunately, the National Football League is not like the NBA. Shannon Sharpe, couldn't dictate his future or his brand because, he was really dependent on John Elway or whatever quarterback to give him the ball so he can perform. It's not like basketball where Michael Jordan and LeBron James can just take the ball, someone can just inbound the ball, give it to them, and they can take it across court and, either make the play or create a play. All right. He's not holding the football 99% of the time. All right. Shannon Sharpe, once again, is a great analyst, and he's a great Hall of Fame tight end. But you also have to understand Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless has done this to a lot of people in sports media, particularly athletes. He would like to get under their skin by giving them a nickname or just saying something repeatedly, knowing in the back of his mind that it's going to irritate that person. And Shannon Sharpe has been irritated by Skip Bayless when Skip Bayless says, well, you're the Hall of Famer. And that irritates Shannon Sharpe. Another thing I forgot to mention in the video that I uploaded, and I'm remembering now, is Shannon Sharpe doesn't follow Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless doesn't follow Shannon Sharpe, which is kind of, it's kind of weird, but it really isn't. I just feel like they have a working relationship. I don't think they necessarily have a deep internal personal relationship off the camera like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. They were literally friends on and off, in and out of the studio. You don't get that with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Now, I feel like chemistry-wise, when they're in the studio, they are phenomenal. I feel like they're the best duo in sports media and in sports entertainment. But I do feel like Undisputed has gotten staled a little bit. Too many LeBron James topics. Too many Dallas Cowboy topics. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, but I don't want Dallas Cowboy topics being shoved down my throat. Pause. Neither is, and then, and comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I feel like that's ludicrous and that's kind of stupid because these guys, unfortunately, they never played against each other. Therefore, we can't really get a real good sense or a real good point of view on who would have dominated in the era if LeBron James and Michael Jordan were playing in the same year. In the same decade, okay? But I feel like Undisputed has really gotten stale because of the topics at hand. They talk more about Dallas Cowboys, more about Tom Brady, more about Patrick Mahomes, more about the Lakers than any other team. And, it has gotten very, very stale. Now, on the flip side of things, and I've said this in the video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, that Skip Bayless said, look, if you feel like the topics are not good enough for you, you can come in and do these topics. You can come in and do these topics. You can research these topics. We can just do your topics. He allowed Shannon Sharpe to do that. And Shannon Sharpe refuses to do that because Shannon Sharpe does not want to spend every waking hour, in and out of the studio trying to figure out topics on a show that, at the end of the day is the only way he's going to have Undisputed for himself. If Skip Bayless is in this huge scandal where Fox Sports 1 had no choice but to fire him, or, I'm not wishing death on Skip Bayless. If Skip Bayless pass, then they give the show to Shannon Sharpe. But that's the only two ways it's going to happen. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe feels, and I kind of co-sign and agree with Shannon Sharpe. He's not saying it publicly, but why am I putting in all this effort, all this work on a show that's really not mine? I feel like also Shannon Sharpe see things differently than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, when Skip Bayless left First Take, a lot of people seem to forget that First Take is Stephen A. Smith's show from the beginning. No, First Take was Skip and Woody's formula. It was First and 10 on Cold Pizza. And then First and 10 was getting more popular, particularly in those time segments, than the Cold Pizza show itself. So they got rid of, demolished the Cold Pizza show, and they made First and 10 just its own show. And it changed from First and 10 to First Take. All right. I feel like, and I don't necessarily co-sign to this, but I do feel like Stephen A. Smith feels like that since he's been on that show for so long, he feels like that's his show as well. But anybody that knows anything about sports television or sports media, everyone's going to point out that show literally started off in the basement of Cold Pizza, and it was a Skip and Woody debate format for First Take. For Cold Pizza. When they look at the metrics, when they look at the ratings and the numbers, it peaked when First Take would have their segments, and then when the segments are over with and they go back into whatever they was going to do, the ratings dropped. So ESPN knew they had a hit on their hand, and they just abandoned the Cold Pizza show. They let go of everyone that was there on that show, and they just concentrated and focused on First and 10, and then it became First Take. But that's neither here nor there. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe feels like, and I kind of agree with Shannon Sharpe in this theory, why am I going to put all this effort in on a show that's not even mine? And the only way I'm going to have Undisputed if Skip Bayless is in some type of scandal and Fox Sports 1 has no choice but to fire him, or he passes away, or even retire. Okay, but nevertheless, I feel like and with that line of thinking, Fox Sports 1 don't perceive Shannon Sharpe as the host of Undisputed. They perceive him as the co-host. And they feel like, okay, since you're not the host, okay, the host gets this type of dollars, and the co-host gets slightly below what the host is making. Now, the reason why I say that if Shannon Sharpe becomes a free agent, ESPN, dollar over donuts, will overspend to get Shannon Sharpe just to pull him away from Fox Sports 1. And not to mention the fact, Shannon Sharpe is incredibly popular in sports media. All right? Let's not sit up here and say that he's just chopped liver. He's not chopped liver. So, I feel like Fox Sports 1, there's the dilemma. Fox Sports 1 is trying to wait it out. Maybe Shannon Sharpe will accept the contract that they proposed. They may put a little bit more money on it, but at the end of the day, whatever contract he signs with Fox Sports 1, it's not going to be more than Skip Bayless. It's definitely not going to be more than Stephen A. Smith, but I feel like it's going to be the second highest contract in Fox Sports 1. I feel like it's going to be higher than a host on First Things First or Speak, formerly known as Speak for Yourself, or the Carson Show. Okay, I feel like and even the Herd, it's going to be Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd, and Shannon Sharpe. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe can probably take second place, and they're just going to gamble and hope that Colin Cowherd, when his contract is up, he's not going to look at this and say, okay, if y'all giving Shannon Sharpe this type of money, then I deserve that type of money because I host my own show. He's just a co-host on Undisputed. But yeah, that's all I got for this. Look, been following me, been checking out my videos, if you even subscribe to the channel, this my line of thinking for a long, long time. I have researched this, and it's not the fact that I like Skip Bayless or I hate Shannon Sharpe or Stephen A. Smith is cool. I just look at the stories and I look at what the people that are in the parties are saying when you talk about Shannon Sharpe and Fox Sports 1. But more important than that, I separate my feelings and look at the facts of the situation. A lot of you guys hit the comment section and then you go into your feelings talking about, well, you just didn't like Shannon Sharpe. You didn't like Skip Bayless. It's not the fact that I like these guys or don't like these guys. It's the fact that I'm just using facts over my own feelings or your own feelings. So yeah, that's all I got. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.